Thank you for joining us. I'm Megan Waters, here with Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel, and we are at Grammy Stephie's Bakery today. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Stephani Consla, Grammy Stephie, the owner of the bakery.
I'm Gary Svets. I'm the program facilitator for Small Business Jumpstart, our local entrepreneur program.
Fantastic. So, as Gary mentioned, we're here today to talk about the Small Business Jumpstart program again with one of the program alum, and again, at Grammy Stephie's Bakery here in Meadville, Pennsylvania. So tell us a little bit about Grammy Stephie's, how you became to be.
We are a small, scratch-made bakery. Everything is made here. I wanted a bakery since I was a young mother. I grew up baking with both of my grandparents from the time I was 3 or 4. And a lot of the recipes we use here are actually their recipes. So I just wanted someplace to call my own that I could share those recipes with the public.
Yep. And I know from working with your bakery that you're very open to people's suggestions or ideas. You've dug in and found some new recipes or taken those pieces of input and created your own new things.
Yes. Yeah, we get calls a lot of times for, do you make this kind of cake? I'm like, well, in fact, last week it was a spice cake. Can you make a spice cake? I'm like, I've never actually made a spice cake, but I'll adjust my recipe and see what I come up with. And it was out of the park.
Awesome.
hit. In fact, I'm making another one this weekend for
That's
my
wonderful.
grandmother for her birthday.
Aww. See? So you
And a Texas sheet cake on the way.
And Gary
Yeah.
We're talking about that
Oh.
soon, so we're up
Yes. I know you've done red velvet cookies for us in the past, and of course the chocolate chip cookies are always my favorite. A great staple, I know, because I've come in before and they're sold out for the day. So
That doesn't happen very often.
No.
Occasionally we do.
They're fantastic. Well, so how long have you been here, and where are you located? Where can folks find you?
We're located at 813 Water Street in Meadville, corner of North and Water. We are here Tuesday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to 2. So I went with the earlier opening at 7 because there's not a lot of places open.
Sure.
None of the other bakeries are open at 7.
Mhm.
And get coffee, get 3 dozen cookies to take to work to share with the
Yeah.
office for the boss's birthday or something.
Absolutely.
Like that. So that was my-
Armstrong's been here bright and early before
Yes,
many
they have.
times.
Usually standing at the door waiting for us to unlock
Yes.
I enjoy the scones every morning, whenever I can come in. So.
Yeah. Well, that's great. It's great to have, like you said, a place to stop in for the early workforce. Kind of a gathering place, somewhere we can pick up goodies to enjoy with our teams. So we appreciate the service you're providing. It's really a community service and a community builder, not just a bakery. So tell us a little bit about the Jumpstart experience that you had with Gary's program.
Well, I found out about Gary's program through the chamber. I had been on some trips with the chamber, so I knew several of the chamber members and was following their Facebook page and saw the Small Business Jumpstart, and that would be great because I'm thinking about opening a bakery. At that point, this was not the plan. Exactly.
Never is. It always changes.
So I saw the Small Business Jumpstart actually by the time the class started, because I think I missed the first one that I wanted. The first time I wanted to do it was already full. So I had to do the fall one.
Mm-hmm.
By that time, this was already in progress. I wish I had done it earlier. If you're thinking of starting a business, do the Jumpstart class then. Don't wait until you're already in the midst of the purchase.
Yes.
But
and
that happens.
It does.
Time you can't time in between programs and those things.
Exactly. And
So-
I still got a lot out of the
Yeah.
Jumpstart class. Gary's very helpful. I mean, still, if I have a question, I can call him and help.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for a cookie.
For a cookie or coffee or
He'll trade you services.
yeah.
Yeah, bartering's good.
That's right.
And my chamber membership initially was through there, and there've been the other people that I met in the class. I still, talk to some of them. In fact, one of them is my neighbor across the street.
Yeah.
And so those connections
Absolutely.
are
And
nice too.
we chatted with Beth at Hello Sunshine on one of our segments before.
Yeah.
She's also a graduate, so you're well
Connected.
connected. That's the word I was looking for.
Networking,
Yes, well
There is
networked.
a lot of
with Beth and with some of
Right.
our other business owners in town. So
Yes.
that's, I think that's been a reoccurring theme in what we found from a lot of our business owners that we've talked to is those connections. So, and I think it's interesting that you mentioned wanting to take it before this all started and how you would kind of encourage people to do that, because I think sometimes that might be a stumbling block. People aren't sure if they want to jump in without having something more set in stone.
Right.
But you're saying if you've got the idea,
If
jump
you've got
in.
the idea, jump in and see if it's a feasible idea.
Mm-hmm. And we've talked about that before, Gary, with the program, that it really meets business owners, or even if they're not the owner yet, but the aspiring entrepreneur where they're at.
Yeah, it's a safe environment. It's a kind of put things together to see if it's going to work and see if they're ready in a way and prep them. But we have a lot of existing businesses that might be 2 to 5 years in that need a refresher, want some more energy, gain a lot from the program. So we have a mix, a nice mix of people that have different experiences and backgrounds that can benefit.
And something I think I've always noticed is the broad spectrum of business owners that you tend to have. I know sometimes there's, a couple folks from something similar, but in general, every business is different.
Yeah.
They're all at a different stage. And so talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even go through all the diversity of programs, all the different companies, but the idea is they all support each other. So there's common themes where every business needs, talk about finances. They need to talk about marketing, HR, insurances, legal issues. So there's a lot of common themes that apply to all the businesses. So that brings them together. But just the support and networking within the program that develops, and even people outside the program, because we actually develop a tour during the program where we come down and tour different alumni and talk about their challenges and where they are in their business and what to look out for and just suggestions. So that really helps that learning too.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's created some interesting partnerships in the area in terms of folks that maybe wouldn't have thought to work together before,
Yeah.
and kind of creates those brainstorming moments where folks can find
There's
ways to collaborate.
A lot of collaboration, especially in the downtown with different events from Viva and a few others. And so it develops that rapport that, hey, I've been in your shoes before, or I'm in them now, and what do you do, and all those things. So that's good learning in itself.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned the chamber membership. One of the perks being a year of chamber membership once you finish the program with Jumpstart. So I think that kind of expands on what Gary is saying in terms of that networking and that foundation, those resources. You can finish the program and then you're kind of thrust into the chamber world from there,
Yeah.
and all of the resources that kind of expands upon.
And some of the benefits that we have are almost over $2,500 if you make use of all some of the marketing efforts with Armstrong or Cool 101 FM 0.7. So ECCA, payroll services, discounting, and so there's we try to put a bundle of resources together so small business jumpstart businesses can kick off well and have something economical to start with, because there's always a lot of investment into a business.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of investment and economical, it's not much of an investment. Of course, that's always relative, but I know that you've got some partnerships that have kept it reasonable.
Yeah, we have a nice group of sponsors that provide support to keep the fee down, and at the same time, they actually help out a lot. They actually put in some time with any of our jump starters to give them some special treatment or extra time. Those things, like our accounting firm or legal firm, all those things. So it all adds up, and it's a nice support tool for all our alumni.
That's great. So I guess what I would glean most is the most important part is apply and show up for class and participate, engage.
Yeah, and use what we learn and reach out to others, because as an entrepreneur, you usually can feel kind of lonely doing your own thing. And so that helps having people around you that you can contact when you need a question. And I try to be that support after the program. We call it the coffee rule or cookie rule. That we'll provide some time and conversation to help you as you start your business or try to grow it more. So.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. Well, I appreciate the fact that you are willing to meet with us here and encourage other business owners. I know that you've involved yourself a lot with the chamber and, as I mentioned, other business owners in town. And it's exciting, I'm sure, to be able to be an alum and kind of inspire the next class that's coming in, and look forward to making those relationships with new folks that will be part of the program as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
what's the favorite cookie that sells the most?
Well, our biggest seller is our chocolate chip.
Okay.
Yes.
Honestly, my mother tells people that I made a deal with the devil, and that's why they're so good. I didn't really. I'm just a
Okay,
really good
you didn't make that
recipe
deal. You just like chocolate chips.
That I don't even like chocolate chips. My favorite on this tray is the salted turtle because they have milk chocolate chips. I don't like dark chocolate chips.
Okay.
That's what the majority of people like. So that's
But
These-
you'll do anything for the customer.
these are an
That's
Armstrong favorite, I'll
Are
tell
they
you.
salted?
And the peach bars.
Peach bar.
The peach
I
bars,
haven't
yes.
made those in a while since you guys have been
Yes,
ordering.
yes, those have been a
But-
favorite.
Yeah, that is another one I should do soon. It's peach season.
Yeah, right?
In season. Oh, cookies are in season.
Oh, cookies
All the
are-
time.
All the time. Yeah.
And just a pro tip, if you haven't been following her Facebook page, please do that for your belly's sake, because she does update the case listing every day, and
Try to.
yes, and takes those amazing requests and things. So I've been a popular visitor of your page many times and stopped in for things last minute at the end of the day. But it's a great space that you have here. We
Yeah.
talked a little bit about kind of the family atmosphere that you have inside the business here, family heirlooms and the recipes you mentioned. So a really wonderful hometown experience. Certainly you come in and there's local faces, beautiful pictures that looks like some local kiddos have colored for you. So a great space for people to come in and, have a snack, have a smile, a chat, a coffee. So
A lot of times you might meet one of my grandchildren. The youngest one is 5, so she's not in school yet. So
yes,
the grandchildren might be in here, and the 5-year-old will sit at that table and welcome everybody to her
Oh, yeah.
Grammy Stephie.
I've had a long
Yes.
conversation. I've had a conversation with her, and she's excellent. A lot of fun to talk to.
So,
Yeah.
with school out soon, there's a chance you could meet any of the 5 of them
Sure.
at any time.
little helping hands is
Yeah.
always good to have around.
Labor pipeline.
That's right. You're setting.
They gotta
That's your
learn something.
succession plan, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, all of them have been making it with me at home since they were
Absolutely.
about a year and a
That's
half
cute.
old, and they get upset when they come here sometimes that I can't let them help
Sure.
more than they would like,
Sure.
as much as they would like to.
They want to go to Grammy's kitchen at home instead of Grammy's kitchen at work.
They want to help in this one, but they can't always do that. So
Well, maybe someday they will be in the Jumpstart program,
Yeah.
taking Grammy Steffies to a whole nother level.
maybe.
So that'll be pretty fantastic. I'm sure
Yeah.
Gary is looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. All extension of all families.
That's right. That's right. Well, if you have any need for your sweets and treats, we hope that you'll visit Grammy Steffie's here in Meadville. If you're looking forward to some more information on the Small Business Jumpstart program, we hope that you'll visit that information as well. You can reach out to Gary if you have any questions, or you can also reach out to Armstrong and we will get you connected. Thank you so much for joining us today, and have a good one.